And we're back. This is Josh Jelinski, the financial quarterback, inviting you to go over to retirementrealitycheck.com today. Get my book and you'll get 3 free gifts. But Owen, I don't know. I may have volunteered something without getting your permission, but you usually offer some consultation where somebody can show you their credit card statements, confidential, and you'll show them the best cards for them, the best way to maximize, the best way to convert. Would you offer that to our listeners and viewers on YouTube today?
Yeah. So what I'm going to do,
and
just
so you're not
you,
bombarded,
Josh,
I'll have them call our office because I know you're very
absolutely. Anyone who does what your call to action is, whatever it is that you've got going on, I will offer them a 15-minute free consultation with me, and I will put aside approximately 2 or 3 hours a week, every week, until I cover every single person and help them on their way.
Well, thank you. I mean, I'm going to take you up on that. I have a lot of credit card points, and I need help converting them. So the 701, let's talk about the 701 because it sounds a little far-fetched.
So it's far from far-fetched, if that's a statement. In fact, it's a simple mathematical equation. And the easiest way to explain it is to give you an example. I live in Los Angeles, and let's pretend I want to book a round trip, lay flat, 6-foot business class bed to, let's say, Paris and back. There are 3 ways for me to book that. I can pay for it. That would be $7,000-ish. I can do a pay with points within the credit card company's travel portal, and they will charge me 100 times that in points. So it would be approximately 700,000 points. And option 3 is that I could transfer my points out of the credit card company and into a frequent flyer program and book an award or mileage ticket, as it's known. And in the best case scenario, I would find that for 106,000 points. So the difference between you booking it as a pay with points and booking it in the best case scenario as a mileage ticket is 7 to 1, thus giving you 7 times the value that other people are currently getting with their points.
Do you have to book it on a certain day, or you have to book it on a certain portal, or what? So if I have,
No, so I don't want to overwhelm you with too much information, but every airline has a frequent flyer program, and you can book mileage or award tickets. Every airline is a part of one of the 3 major alliances, right, of airlines, either One World, Star Alliance, or Sky Team. And depending on the credit card company that you're with, but all of them have entrances into those alliances. I'll give you an example. Let's pretend you want to fly on Delta. Well, Delta is a part of Sky Team, and every credit card company will give you an entrance into Sky Team. It might not be Delta. It might be Air France. It might be Virgin Atlantic. It might be Alitalia. There are many, many options. But once you can transfer your points into an alliance, you can then search the whole alliance. And almost every major credit card company gives at least one entrance, if not multiple, into all of the 3 major alliances, thus giving you the ability to search every single flight that is out there. So there's no such thing as blackout dates anymore. The way that the major credit card companies have arranged it is there's a simple option, and the simple option is the pay with points. You essentially, most of the credit card companies now are the actual search engine is backed by Expedia. You're essentially looking in Expedia.
But that's, from what I've heard you say before, though, you don't generally like that. You don't get the best conversion. Is that correct?
So it does depend on who, what, where, and when. But as a general rule of thumb, domestically within the US, it can go either way, right? And I always teach all of my clients, whenever you're booking any travel, always check the paid cost of doing that travel, the pay with points, and the mileage ticket, and see which is best. But as a general rule of thumb, if you're traveling internationally, 99% of the time, it's going to work out much, much cheaper to do it as a mileage ticket than it will do as a pay with points.
Yeah, now I know why you have a job.
Sorry, now you get it. I'll give you an example, right? So if we know that your average person who wants to fly business class, when they're going into Asia or they're going into Europe, it's going to cost them $6,000 to $8,000. So anything less than that is a win. The way that I set my clients up, they are able to do that for around 120,000 points and maybe $100, $150 in taxes. So they're saving, if for someone who travels 2-3 times a year, they're saving $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 every year in travel. It's an enormous benefit.
So in a way, since this is a financial show, your credit card points are almost like an untapped asset that you're not, most people aren't allocating properly.
Yeah. Absolutely. Let me come at it a slightly different way. The average person in America gets back just under 1% of whatever they spend on their credit card in some form of benefit. If it was done correctly and efficiently, that could be nearer 10%. And 10% saved, Josh, as I don't need to remind you, is not the same as earning an extra 10%. Because if you had to earn an extra 10%, you would have to pay tax on it, and thus you would need to earn nearer 13, 14, 15%. So if we were to boil that back down again, if you would like to give yourself a 13 to 15% pay rise every year, make sure you're using the right credit cards, getting the right cashback, air miles, or credit card points, and more importantly than that, learn how to redeem them efficiently. It is that simple.
Yeah, the redemption is something that I'm learning from you is very powerful and something that most people don't really tap into. So,
and that is the exact reason that I started the business, because what you have is 350 million people talking about the quote unquote sexy side. They're waving their credit cards in my face and telling me how many points they're getting, and I'm laughing at them because they don't know how to use them. You, Josh, when you book a business class trip to Europe and back, it's going to cost you 700,000 points. I'm doing it for 106. So I'm going to get seven flights for every one that you're going to get. So yes, you're absolutely right. It's all about the redemption side, or at least 70% of it is. And that's really where the magic happens. I have the number one independent website in the country for credit card applications and approvals with thepointspartner.com. I have hundreds of people every day getting credit cards on my website. And what percentage of them do you think actually know how to use the points? And the short answer is, I don't know, but my gut feeling is very, very few of them, which is why I do these private consultations with people. And I think we were discussing this the other day. I'm in the middle of pre-recording kind of a masterclass, which people can watch on my website to show them how to get the most out of those points every time.
Yeah, no, this is fantastic. And folks, call us at 888-988-JOSH. And if you schedule your 45-minute ultimate financial game plan with our team at the Financial Quarterback Radio Show, we'll also throw in Owen is going to give you 15 minutes of his time, which I've known Owen for months now, and he's finally, pulled my arm. I'm going to become a client because it's too much. I mean, to be honest, I get the additional side, how to... and you're not a sponsor of the program. You didn't give them anything. I get how to rack them up, how to rack points up, but the conversion thing is still beyond most people. So it's why you have a job and why you've been featured all throughout.
Yeah, here's the thing. I was on Good Morning America 2 or 3 weeks ago, and we were having a conversation in the green room before we started. And the host said the exact same thing that you just said, which is, I'm really good at racking up the points. But here's the thing. You don't know what you don't know. I'll give you an example, right? Let's say you think that you're doing good because you're getting bonus points in a supermarket. There's something that's called bonus categories, right? And those bonus categories are anything food and drink, grocery stores, supermarkets, cafes, bars, restaurants, travel, marketing, and office supplies and gas. Those are the bonus categories. But outside of those, everyone else is getting 1 or 2 points. For example, I'll give away one golden gem for you, so you can get an idea of what you don't know.
Well, we're going to pull your arm and have you give away a couple more golden gems too. But
I knew that was coming. All right, let me give you an example. I'm building. I have construction at my house right now, and the general contractor tells me he has to go down to Lowe's or Home Depot, and he wants to spend $1,000. Which one of my credit cards should he take? So I'll tell you what I did. I gave him a credit card that gets 4 times points in supermarkets. And I told him, please go to the supermarket and buy a $1,000 gift card for Home Depot or Lowe's. Now I just got 4 times points in a place that I'm only supposed to get 1. That's the sort of trickery that I get up to in order to truly maximize every point on every purchase.
Does it get overwhelming for some people? I mean, I don't know. I'm talking about, I'm thinking
Absolutely.
about this. What am I going to tell my wife? Yeah, okay, you got to use this card when you're going food shopping, this card when you're doing this card. But there is some, having met you, I've always kind of thought of this even before I met you, like, okay, if you convert not nearly to the degree or the success of how good you do it, but like if you have discover points, they'll give, when you buy a $50 gift card for $40, stuff like that. But it can get overwhelming. Yeah,
absolutely. So let me explain to you what I've learned over the last 20 years. There are 2 sides to this game. The one side of it is the math, right? And the math is what it is, right? The other side of it is the demographical side of it. There are some people that spend 10 hours a day driving themselves crazy with this stuff to get a few extra points. And there are other people like you and I, Josh, that are busy people with businesses. We don't have time for this. Our girlfriends, wives, family members don't understand it, don't want to deal with it, don't want to have 20 credit cards. And a huge part of my process that I go through with people is understanding demographically who they are and what's appropriate. So if I tell you after looking through your credit card statement that you need 17 credit cards, you're going to freak out at me. You are going to absolutely freak out.
I might not. My wife might. I might not.
Exactly.
I'm kind of the person. I get excited when you're talking about, going to the supermarket, buying the Home Depot card. That gets me up in the morning. My wife would be like, get lost.
Exactly. Which is why I will ask you the question, what do we think we can push your wife to do? How many cards for different places?
I would say 3. I would say my wife could go with 3.
Right. There we go. So what I'm going to do is look at where your wife spends money, and I'll give her 1 credit card for the supermarket, 1 for the gas station, and 1 for everything else. And will we be truly mathematically optimizing what we can do with her? No, but we'll take the lowest hanging fruit, and you can do the crazy stuff and drive yourself crazy. So it's about understanding who you're dealing with, when you're dealing with them, what's appropriate. I deal with people that own 17 businesses. I don't get them 95 credit cards, right? It has to be appropriate. And it's not always the case that everyone needs lots of credit cards. I have lots of clients who it works out that they just need 2. I have other people that they need 9. It just depends. The math is what it is. It's not my opinion.
Yeah, I may be the 9 one, but I'm excited about this. And folks, hold on for the next break. Folks, in the YouTube chat box, ask us any question you have. We're going to take a short break. When we return, I'm going to get Owen to reveal what are his 3 or 4 favorite cards on the racking up point side. Also, I do want to be clear. I've known Owen for months now, and I've been trying to do this myself, and I really can't do it myself. So he is so right that it's not just the racking up points, it's the redemption. And I guess that's why you have a job, Owen. So Owen Beiny, thepointspartner.com, going to talk about, what are his 3 or 4 favorite go-to cards. And folks, I'll also give a warning on debt, because we're not advocating you go into debt for things that you cannot truly afford. But hey, most of you use credit cards, so it's an asset class that is untapped. And that's why I thought I'd do this kind of unconventional show first. This is Josh Jelinski, the financial quarterback. Don't touch that dial.
The preceding program was sponsored by the Jelinski Advisory Group.
Any awards, rankings, or recognition by unaffiliated third parties or publications, including 5-Star Wealth Manager, Advisory of the Year finalist by Senior Market Advisor, and top of the $1 Million Roundtable, are in no way indicative of the advisor's future performance or any individual client's investment success. No award, ranking, or recognition should be construed as a current or past endorsement of Josh Jelinski or Wealth Quarterback LLC. Information regarding specific awards, rankings, or recognitions is available on the Wealth Quarterback website at www.jelinski.org. All investment strategies have the potential for profit or loss. Investment strategies such as asset allocation, diversification, or rebalancing do not assure or guarantee better performance and cannot eliminate the risk of investment losses. There are no guarantees that a portfolio employing these or any other strategy will outperform a portfolio that does not engage in such strategies. This broadcast should not be construed by any client or prospective client as a solicitation to effect or attempt to effect transactions in securities or the rendering of personalized investment advice. Due to various factors, including changing market conditions, the information discussed in this broadcast may no longer be reflective of current positions or recommendations. While information presented is believed to be factual and up to date, Josh Jelinski and Wealth Quarterback do not guarantee its accuracy, and it should not be regarded as a complete analysis of the subjects discussed. The tax and estate planning information discussed is general in nature, is provided for informational purposes only, and should not be construed as legal or tax advice. Listeners should consult an attorney or tax professional regarding their specific legal or tax situation. Advisory services offered through Wealth Quarterback LLC.